Hi guys, welcome back to another Cinematic Mike review. I'm Mike.
I'm Daniel.
Today we're going to be reviewing the Cloverfield Paradox, a sequel to 2008's Cloverfield, and I believe it was sold like a prequel to 10 Cloverfield Lane, but I think we can both agree that it's probably not a prequel. It looked more like a sequel after watching it, kind of. Yeah. When I saw the marketing to the first film, I was really excited to watch the film because I liked how they marketed like a found footage type of movie, and you didn't know what was there, but an explosion. There was something coming that was kind of put the scary feeling onto you when you saw the trailer. And I remember everyone was coming up with all their thoughts about what it was, and I remember some people around me were actually saying that it was Voltron. And as it turned out, it was not Voltron. I remember people were assuming that some of the yelling saying that it's a lion, and it was pretty funny because at the end didn't turn out to be that way. I saw the film. I really loved the way the film came out. I'm a big fan of Cloverfield. I remember hoping that there was a lot more of the Cloverfield monster to show. I thought that there'd be more future movies. I've always wanted a sequel. But what did you think about? Did you remember Cloverfield?
Yeah, I thought it was good. I liked it. Yeah, I thought the shaking camera was cool.
The shaking camera, the found footage?
Yeah, I thought that was pretty cool.
Did you ever remember watching the trailer or anything?
No.
No.
Just the movie.
Just the movie. Did you enjoy the film?
Yeah, I liked it a lot. That was like that movie I would watch at night sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What'd you think about the Cloverfield monster?
I think it was cool.
I remember I wanted to see sequels to that film. But they didn't. I guess towards later something changed because J.J. Abrams felt that there was probably already monster movies since they made a Pacific Rim and Godzilla. And then I heard that they're gonna turn the Cloverfield film into like an anthology film, like the TV series, The Twilight Zone. So it was kind of a bit upsetting, but I still, with the Cloverfield name being attached to it, it still got my interest. And they were saying that it was going to be kind of a Cloververse, which is connected to the first film. And after I saw 10 Cloverfield Lane, I actually approved it, and I thought it was great. I really loved 10 Cloverfield Lane. I thought it was a great experience to be in the theater watching that one. So I was okay with what they were doing, and I know they were going to make more, and I've been excited for it. What did you think about 10 Cloverfield Lane?
It was good. Yeah, it had its kind of like exciting moments that like kind of keep me on the edge of your seat. Yeah, I thought it was good.
Did you get bored at any moments? Did you think it was? Do you think Cloverfield or 10 Clover? Which one would you pick between 10 Cloverfield Lane and Cloverfield?
Maybe Cloverfield. It gives you more of that like kind of excitement because they're out on the streets, like they had to survive, trying not to get squished by an alien.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was there anything you didn't like about 10 Cloverfield Lane?
Maybe that they're kind of trapped in the safe house. Is that what they call it?
Yeah, the safe house.
Yeah, the safe house, and they're kind of like, well, when are we gonna see aliens?
I think you were talking a little bit about earlier about the alien, weren't you? Something about the alien in 10 Cloverfield Lane.
Yeah, the alien, it kind of didn't look like this one we saw from the first one. It kind of, the thing was, I would have been fine if they would have cut it short and like, her looking at like how the city looks or something.
So you think it would have been better just cutting off the monster?
Yeah.
He looked kind of mechanic-y, didn't he?
Yeah.
I think if I remember, he was like kind of like a mechanic type of alien or something like that.
He didn't look like the one from the actual Cloverfield.
Yeah, he didn't even look like a monster, He looked kind of like...
Yeah.
So it was a while to get to the third part of Cloverfield, which I was waiting for and I was excited for. And I remember seeing that it was going to come out in... supposed to be released in theaters. And then a little bit towards the end of the year, a couple months ago, I remember reading that it wasn't going to... There was a possibility of it not being released in theaters and that it was going to go out on Netflix, which kind of upsetted me because I wanted to watch a Cloverfield movie in the theater. I'd rather watch movies that I want to watch inside the theater. I'm not really a big... I do love TV series, but movies I would really rather watch in a theater. But I know Netflix does a lot that probably movie studios can't give us, so I understand at times. But Cloverfield was the third one. Was one I really wanted to watch in theaters. The film has a great cast. There are a lot of these actors that I know from these different films, type of films that I've seen, and it was really nice to see them all together. I don't think Daniel, you didn't know all of them, huh?
Oh no, the only one I knew was Daniel.
Bra.
Yeah,
Yeah.
from Civil War.
Yeah, Daniel Bra, which we know from the movie Captain America: Civil War. Another one of my favorites he's from is the movie Rush with Chris Hemsworth, and also Quentin Tarantino's Inglourious Bastards. So I really like that actor. I was excited to see him when they said that he would be in Civil War, and when I saw that he was in this film, also I was one of the reasons I wanted to watch it also is because he was going to be starring in it. One of the actors that I was really kind of surprised to see in here that I didn't know was going to be in this film was John Ortiz. He's actually an actor I like to watch on films, and to be honest, I don't remember seeing him much in many films recently. I think the recent one he did was Kong Skull Island. I did like seeing him in. It's going to take me a while because I think he was in a few movies that I've seen and that I'm a fan of, so I'll try to get through it. He's from El Cantante, Pride and Glory, Miami Vice, Public Enemies. Those were all films that I've seen and some that I enjoyed, and it was really nice to see him again in here. It's pretty funny because he's bald in this film, and I think they call him Monk in this one. I'm not sure if that's his name or if they call him that because he's really like a peaceful guy in this film. Then we got Chris O'Dowd from Bridesmaid. He was really one of the hilarious characters in the film, I think. He actually made us laugh. We think he was pretty funny in this film.
Yeah, the hand. When he says, "Are you controlling it?" and he's like, "No, if I was, I would be giving you the finger right now," or something like that.
Oh yeah, he says where he's flipping them off. Yeah. I love the way they have the beginning of this film. It's still with the music by Bear McCreary, who's he actually did the score for the 10 Cloverfield Lane, and he's also from the most popular TV series, The Walking Dead. He does the score for that show. Yeah, Bear McCreary, the one who does the music score. He does the music score for Walking Dead.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, he does it for. I saw his name and I know him because of Walking Dead. I know a bit. Then I didn't even know that he did the 10 Cloverfield Lane until I saw him on the title for this one. And I love the way the 10 Cloverfield Lane starts with her getting in the accident and how it just starts all kind of scary and all that. And they do the same thing in this film where they started with them getting ready on the ship, I think, and all that.
Yeah.
It starts getting that mood of scariness, and you just see the pops of the actors' names coming up at random times. And it has this music to it, which gives that eerie, kind of scary feeling to it. The film, to me, I thought it was a really interesting. It just had too many things that I think we've all seen before. It reminded me a lot of the Alien movies, kind of. And for some reason, I can't get into these space movies that always turn out the same with someone getting all crazy on the ship. There's always going to be that one crazy guy or crazy person on the ship, which is basically like Alien. And I'm not sure. It kind of reminded me a lot of the film that came out last year, I believe, with Jake Gyllenhaal and Ryan Reynolds called Life. And I really wasn't a fan of that movie either. So right here was kind of a little bit of. I had this weird feeling of it. It wasn't, to me, it was not as good as Cloverfield. It was not at all as great as 10 Cloverfield Lane. But it wasn't bad either. I'm not going to say that's really bad. Yeah, it was interesting to watch. What do you got to say? Anything about what did you feel about the Cloverfield Paradox? Say what you felt about it.
Yeah, I liked it. It just, it gives you that kind of like, you feel like something's about to happen, and like it's something you could watch maybe like one or twice.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I liked it. Yeah, I think I could watch it again.
You said it kept you on the edge of your seat.
Yeah, that thing. Sometimes I felt like something will just pop out, something. Yeah.
And you picked up a lot on the things that would happen. Remember how we were getting confused at the beginning, and you would pick up on it really quick. It's things that I wasn't able to pick up, but you were able to pick up right away. Because it's really kind of a confusing film, don't you think?
Yeah, with the whole when they move to the kind of another dimension thing.
Yeah, that whole dimension thing, and you kind of just.
Yeah.
And I like the part where you told me that they ended up on this side of the planet or something, on this side of the sun and all that.
Yeah.
The main character of the film is Ava. She lives down on Earth, and her husband kind of convinces her to go on a mission to create clean energy, something up in space. And I believe she used something like power cell or something she called it.
Oh, yeah.
And that caused a tragedy in her family. So I think she decides to go up there to start that. But things go awful up there where they mess with something that they probably should not have messed with, and causes all these problems and confusion, which causes confusion for us. But then as you follow along, you get to understand the film a little bit better as you pick up on it and everything that surprises you. The thing about this film is there are a lot of moments that, like you said, like it leads you to it kind of leads you to something that's gonna happen out of nowhere, and a lot of things did happen out of nowhere. You know, there's like the guy's arm, the lady in the wires,
and the guy like kind of throwing up worms.
The worms, yeah, the worms. Oh. The part that shocked me a lot, I think it shocked you too, was remember the freezing part.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that part was pretty intense, and I think we were both kind of getting into it more around that point. Obviously, we're all trying to see how it connects to Cloverfield, so it took us a while. The actress that's from 10 Cloverfield Lane appears here in Cloverfield Paradox as like the news anchor. She's talking to Donald Logue, who's from Ghost Rider and Max Payne, and he also stars in the TV series Gotham, I believe now. Yeah, so it was really cool to see Donald Logue in there. I really like that actor. I don't know why, but he's really an enjoyable actor to watch, and it was nice that he had a little part in that. It's really exciting for me since being a fan of the Cloververse. I was glad that he was brought into the Cloververse, so that was pretty cool. We do like how when we go back to Ava's husband, I believe when everything's happening up there, the 2008 film is happening down on Earth, right? Yeah, down on Earth. And there's a scene where he goes to the hospital and finds a girl, and we actually get a glimpse of the Clover monster like behind the.
Like in the shadows.
In the shadows, right?
In the smoke.
In the shadows. No, it was right in the shadows.
Yeah.
In the shadows, and that was pretty cool because that's kind of what we've been wanting to see. You know, I think I've been wanting to see that monster ever since the first film. You know, it's always nice to see the Clover monster.
Yeah. We need to see him again.
What?
We need to see him again.
Yeah, we need to see him again. We need to see him a lot more, I think.
Yeah.
I want to see him a lot more. Yeah. I don't mind the stories, but I like seeing him, you know.
Yeah.
I was kind of a little bit disappointed, I guess, in 10 Cloverfield Lane because he didn't pop up.
Yeah, and only got that weird looking thing.
Yeah, and even when the weird looking thing came out, I actually thought it was going to be the parasites from the...
Oh.
When I saw 10 Cloverfield Lane, when she had those little things coming from the bushes, I actually thought it was going to be the parasites from the first film, but it wasn't. It was that, like, mechanical dog or whatever it was.
Yeah.
Okay, how about this? Which one do you put first? There's Cloverfield, there's 10 Cloverfield Lane, and there's the Cloverfield Paradox. Which one would you put first, second, and third?
First I'll put Cloverfield, and I don't know what I would put next because I like them both the same way.
So they're both at the same level?
Yeah.
So you can't pick one above the other one?
Yeah.
For me, it would be Cloverfield, 10 the way it is, 10 Cloverfield Lane, and last would be the Cloverfield Paradox, because Cloverfield Paradox didn't really do anything for me as much as the Cloverfield or 10 Cloverfield Lane did. With that being said, I'm not saying the movie's really bad. It's just something we've seen already, and something that I guess I'm not really a fan of the whole space thing that much, unless it's like Alien. You know, that's the only place I can accept that type of space movie. You know, same thing like I told you before. I didn't really enjoy that movie Life. I don't know. It's something that I already it's kind of predictable at times. Like, you've seen this story already. But the thing that was cool about this is it was trippy because of the dimension switching thing. You're like, oh snaps! And then when they made the Earth like disappear, we were like, wait, what happened? Like, did they kill Earth or something? And then
they just ended up on the other side of the sun, where so if Earth was at one spot and the sun's in the middle, they just ended up on the other side of the sun. But
they did end up in another dimension, remember?
Yeah.
That they thought they were just on the other side, but they were in another dimension still.
Yeah.
So. Yeah. The acting is good. I didn't see anyone that wasn't believable. Like we said, we liked Chris O'Donnell's. He was hilarious. He was funny in the film, you know?
Yeah.
He was really hilarious to watch. the main actress Ava Google Mabata Ra is actually she's actually great to see. She's good for the lead. You know, she's great to follow. She was interesting to follow, and also as I said, I'm a fan of John Ortiz, so I'm glad that he was on there. Who else was on there? Oh, Daniel Bra. Daniel Bra is always I think it's always excellent to see him. As I said, I'm a fan of him, of Rush, Inglourious Bastards, and Captain America: Civil War. So he's one of the reasons I wanted to watch the film, and it was great to see him in this film. Anything you want to say?
The only one I know is Daniel.
Hey, what'd you think of the acting of the other people? Like,
they're good. Like, there's like me. There has to be good acting for sure. Like something I could believe, and they pulled it off for sure. Really good. They were believable. I liked it.
Yeah, I did too. How did you feel about the story? Did you like the story? Like how it went?
Sometimes it could drag. It kind of kept me. Sometimes it was like kind of boring, but you know, that was only a little bit.
I felt like the suspense got you more because you really caught on to things more than I did that I couldn't catch on right away.
Yeah.
And I think you figured out the whole paradox thing right away more than it took me a while to pick up on it. Did you like that whole thing about the paradox, about the switching dimension thing? Were you a fan of that? Was that pretty interesting?
I would have pretty much wished that it was kind of just like they kind of teleported to the other side of the sun instead, going to a different universe, as you could try to say, right?
So you're saying that it would have been better if they didn't hop to another dimension?
Yeah, but
they were just confused because they ended up on the other side?
Yeah, because it kind of like, you kind of make it try to seem, when you see the first Cloverfield, you make it seem like a real movie, like this is like how people live, and like if you think about it, it's not possible to do that.
You think it kind of throws off the realistic of the first movie?
Yeah.
That's what you're saying?
Yeah.
And you think they went like way too far, like to something else?
Yeah, like, I don't mean to talk smack on Cloverfield 10 Cloverfield Lane, but like when she kind of throws a, what is it, like beer bottle
I haven't
fire
seen
thing?
it in a while. She does like a cocktail thing, no? Where she puts the...
Yeah, and then she throws it at the monster thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I felt like that part, like, no way that could have killed the alien, man.
Is that what kills it? I don't remember.
Yeah, that's what kills it, and it like kind of goes all...
Oh yeah, she throws it in the mouth, huh?
Yeah, but like, if that could have killed it, man, the military could have just threw a grenade in the giant thing's mouth.
You actually make a point there.
Cloverfield Paradox, man, I need to start saying that now.
I know, I don't know why I can't
Paradox.
put it in my mouth either. Sounds weird. It seems like I'm missing a word, but it's called the Cloverfield Paradox. That's it. It's easy, but it's getting confusing.
Okay, yeah. The movie was good. I liked it. There's sometimes where it could be like, that could have been done differently. But yeah, I liked it.
Yeah. It was an enjoyable film to watch, especially watching it with you too. It was really enjoyable. But like I said, it's one that's probably worth a watch once or twice for me. It's not one, I can't really say like go watch it right now. It's not one of those type of films. It's not bad either. It's not a really boring film. I'm not gonna say don't, like if you're really having a day that you want to just put something on and you're thinking about putting that one, go ahead, put it on and see what you think. But I don't think you have a really bad, disappointing time. It's like I think Daniel said earlier, it's not Suicide Squad. So there's something at the end that I think me and Daniel have been waiting for, that I think we mentioned already, and you know what, let's just spoil it.
Okay.
Let's just spoil it. The spoiler alerts. So yeah, the Clover monster actually makes an appearance here at the end, and I thought the best part of the film was when he comes out, and it's only for like what, 2 seconds, a second, probably.
A couple seconds.
Yeah, and that thing, that whole film, it's like Daniel said, it leads up to something, and towards the end, it gives you the best like deliverance, I think, and it throws like all that like excitement in your body, like, oh, How'd you feel when you saw the monster come out?
I was like, dang, that thing grew.
Damn, that thing grew.
That thing
grew from the last movie.
Yeah, it was like pretty tall, but now it's like, what's that called? Yeah, the other day I was watching a video and it said that when it was coming, well, the first one in 2008, the Cloverfield, they say that it was like a baby confused alien, right?
I remember that.
Yeah. So basically, that means it hasn't grew to its like,
Full form.
full form. So maybe like that's how it looks, like literally huge, like that huge. I guess.
I didn't even think about that. You're right. So it could be that into the 2008 one, he's probably like probably a kid, huh?
Yeah.
And now right
confused.
here, because I think this is a different year, kind of or something. Yeah. And that's the thing that was confusing about is the years too. But here's he's he looks huge, huh?
Yeah.
Like big, and I actually glad you said that because I remember when they were saying about how they awoke a monster in the ocean and that it was probably just confused and just paranoid or something. That's why it's causing all this damage.
Yeah.
Probably didn't mean to cause the damage, but it caused the damage. That was our review on the Cloverfield Paradox, and as I said, it's not a great film, but it's an enjoyable film, so I'm not going to give it a bad review. It's worth a watch, as I said. I think you say you would recommend it to people. So
Yeah.
Yeah, you would recommend it.
Yeah. Yeah. But sometimes it could actually be pretty scary. Well, not scary, but like that, like where it'll give you a jump, like kind of
A
like
jump scare?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of like,
Yeah.
and there's those scenes where like that person did not die happily.
Yeah. I still can't get over the ice scene.
Yeah.
That was the most shocking to me. There's a lot of scenes, but for some reason the ice scene was like, because it feels like it's something you already knew what could happen, and you're already like worried that that's gonna happen to that person, and then like, damn, it's really like if you were there, it'd be something really traumatizing to see. I think.
Yeah, I would not be going to sleep for months.
All right. So that's our review. Cinematic Mike. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and thanks for watching. Till next time, guys.